Good morning, and I hope you've been well, and this is part 85 of the Pokemon Rejuvenation V13.5 Let's Play. Set mode, no items, so yeah. So before we do get started, I just wanted to say real quick, Merry late Christmas to you all. I know I made a post a few days ago during Christmas or Christmas Eve, if I'm not mistaken, just saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you all. And again, Merry Christmas. Hope you all had a wonderful day with friends and family or whoever you may have been with during these holidays. So, during the holidays, sorry. But, yeah, hopefully you guys had a good time, had fun opening gifts, having laughs, having fun with family, talking with them, and yeah. Hopefully you guys had, safe travels going there and back if you did any traveling. And again, I just really hope you had a wonderful time. And if you're somebody that doesn't celebrate Christmas, that's totally fine. I hope you had a wonderful day regardless. Now, with that being said and done, because I don't want to say Merry Christmas 24/7, let's get on with today's episode. We're all here for some rejuvenation. But again, I really do hope you had a wonderful time. Oh, right, one more small little thing. I do intend probably at the final day of December or the first day of January, I really want to do an update video on the channel and really talk about my thoughts and feelings on 2024, sorry, with YouTube and whatnot, and my plans for 2025 with the channel and all of that. I know that I brought it up months ago on one of those community post things with YouTube that I think it was during a time where uploads were very slow, and I really wanted to do an update video. I decided not to do it during that time because I was like, you know what, just ride the ride, don't stress, don't worry about it too much. We'll do an update video when it feels right, and I think we'll do one for 2025 to really just talk about my thoughts and feelings with YouTube and whatnot, and what I want to get into, next year and whatnot. But I won't get super into detail now because, you know me, I can rant on and on for a long time, so we'll save it for that video. I just thought I would make a little disclaimer there, so yeah. Anyways, enough of me rambling and making dumb sounds and whatnot. Let's get into today's episode. Took you guys long enough, I thought I was gonna die alone out here. Is there something wrong? Aaron, what would you do in this situation? Would you save one person you loved deeply, or would you sacrifice them to save millions? Easy, I'd sacrifice the one that I love. Really? Is there really no other option? It's a terrible scenario and both options suck, but the greater good is what matters most, right? But on the other hand, the blood of one can stain your hands just as bad as the blood of many. Is there such things as a definite answer for such a question? I'm gonna go on ahead and say no. An interesting interpretation. I think it's something that I brought up during the older episodes when we got to this point within the game. And I go back to the trolley problem. If you don't know the trolley problem, I'll explain it real quick. Most probably know of it, but just in case, I'll say it here. The trolley problem is pretty much a trolley heading down the tracks. You have one individual on the other side of the track, but you have 5 lined up in a row. The trolley's heading towards the 5. You have the option to pull the lever, which switches the tracks to hit the one person or the 5, and it goes into the whole debate, would you save, the 5 strangers, or the one person, pull the lever, and pretty much decide his fate there, or her, whoever it is in that situation. I forgot if it symbolizes 5 strangers or one loved one on the other side. I don't quite remember that. I think it's both 5 strangers or 1 stranger, but let's just keep it simple. The 1 signifies the one you love, 5 just random strangers. And it's a really interesting debate, and like Aaron said, and honestly I kind of agree with it in a sense. Well, I don't know what I would do in such a situation, because originally on the older videos I've always said it as, if it's a situation that it's 5 strangers and 1 stranger, I don't know any of them, would I pull the lever and just say, sorry for the 1 guy, but the 5 must go on? Or vice versa, not pull it, the 5 die, the 1 lives. I've always said it that if it is a situation that it is just all strangers, I don't think I could pull the lever. I don't think I could do it to outright, pull it to, save 5 just for it to switch up and not save that 1. But before people think I'm crazy, it goes both ways. If it is heading towards the 1 and not the 5, I still wouldn't pull it to, go towards the 5. It's more so if it's destined to hit one or the other, I don't want to be the one that controls that level of a decision. Somebody else can if they want to, but I don't think I want to do that, mainly because I'm not the one who tied them up, and both situations, like Aaron said, it sucks. There is no right or wrong answer. So in my mind, it's like, I don't think I want to play the game. I don't think so. Maybe in an actual situation, I probably would do something, but in my mind, I don't know if I can really make a decision to choose one or the multiple. Now, if it's a loved one versus the 5, yeah, that's more tricky. That's a lot more tricky. I don't know. And by the way, and just to say this too, if I was the 1 guy in that scenario, I would just like yell out, hey, hit me, man, say the 5, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. Like, if I'm on the chopping block, then it's like, yeah, just let me go, man. I'm fine with it. Say the others. I don't know. I could maybe word that better, and some can agree to disagree, but I would ultimately stay with Aaron's side of the, the debate that overall, it's not easy. I don't think there is a right or wrong answer in such a debate, And of course, with this one being a lot more drastic, 1 versus millions, I would have to side with Aaron, because I mean, I understand it with Malia's side, but to just lose everyone on the planet and just keep you 2 alive, I don't know. I think I gotta side with Aaron on that one. I think so. And even again, if I was the one in that scenario, I'd just be like, yeah, do it. Let me go. Let me save the millions. And I feel like multiple would probably feel the same if such a rare event ever happened, which I strongly feel that would never happen. But there are many times that the impossible became possible. Maybe one day something really stupid's gonna happen, but I strongly doubt it. Vivian. Although one could interpret such a question that way, I personally disagree. The lives of many is what matters most. They carry on the will of the dead, and that's a perfectly valid answer. I still believe it's something that can't be answered though. And again, with Vivian's response, it's fair, it's understandable, and same thing with Aaron's side. Even if you disagree, you can at least still understand both sides, and I can certainly understand both. So I guess we'll leave it at that. Welcome to Sheridan Village, everyone. Please, this way. But thank you, Vivian. But before that, can I go over here? I can. Oh right, this puzzle. This thing, I remember during the intense mode no items video or series that we did a long while back, that I got really stuck on this one. I'm trying to remember what it was exactly. It was right, I kept doing this, but there's a small little groove. Oh, maybe not. Or was it this one? I don't remember. There was a small little groove that I didn't realize you could like walk down under. But yeah, we'll get to that little event soon. Alrighty. When one decides to avoid their fate, they may find themselves in a situation too great. A prison of ice, should that suffice? If one should wait, it may be too late. Sounds like someone is singing. I will say, it is a very interesting, like, little thing that she's singing. Oh, I don't remember these guys before. I wonder what's the monetary value of the housing around here now. I mean, no one lives here anymore, they can't be that expensive. What are we supposed to do now? Things aren't looking good for us. It's kind of interesting that, there's like a couple of individuals. I don't remember them on the older versions. Who is that? Oh, heavenly light, it seems as though new people have arrived. For a moment. I like how she kind of just like clipped through the tree there. Anyways, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Anju. I am the president of Angel's Ice and caretaker of Crystalline Town. Also a friend of Vivian, if that wasn't obvious already. Pleased to make your acquaintance. 'Twas an ice introduction. I don't think this really counts for any like friendship points at all. Let me take a look here. Just in case. I think we're on chapter 12. Yeah, either or, it doesn't matter. Let's have some fun. 'Twas a nice introduction. You flatter me. Vivian finally found friends that aren't so serious. Could have done without the pun though. I detest that statement. I am plenty funny. Just the other day I stepped on a mushroom and then I wiped it off my shoes. And? What? That's it. Never mind, Vivian, never mind. Now that's interesting because like I think she said something different. It wasn't a mushroom. I don't know if it was a bug or something. But I guess they decided to change it. Anyway, I suppose today is the day of guest. If you're all going to be here, then I should better get the kettle on. I love tea. Do you mind if I help you out? The more the merrier. Please join me. If anyone is interested in cold brew, I'm sure I could whip something up as well. You okay? We're ready for tea. Let me look at the friendship points here. You okay? +2 Malia, +1 Aaron, ready for tea, +2 Aaron, +1 Malia. Now, technically, Aaron is definitely more of a favorite to me than Malia. I know some can agree to disagree to that, which is fine, because both are very great characters. But in this situation, I would definitely check up on a friend than just say ready for tea with all the excitement there. You doing okay? I'm okay. Thanks for asking though. You're a terrible liar, you know. I'll tell you about it later. Right now I need to process things. Suit yourself. I'm going to go get some cold brew from Anju. Plus, I'm not a tea person. It really like kind of like hurts, and I know I'm probably overthinking it, but, well, overthinking it may be the wrong word, but like, whatchamacallit, I really want to like tea. I really do. But, God, I hate tea. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe it's just because I may have not actually had a good cup of tea before, but I don't know. I never really been a fan of tea at all. Anyways, Alon, come on over here. Oh, another new face? Welcome, my name is Cella. Cella is a childhood friend. She's staying in Sheridan for a while. Yeah, for a little while, I guess. Just until things pick up again. So Vivian, I'm curious, what is it like being the sensei of Sheridan Village? Or maybe I should ask how you became the sensei instead. Well, it's something that sort of happened by accident. I secluded myself back into this space for training, and somehow word of my strength reached across the region. Soon enough, people started flocking here in hopes that I would help them become stronger. At first, I wanted them all to just leave. They grew on me, though. Over time, this place just sort of built itself. It's a remarkable feat. And... thanks, Skype. Let me close that real quick. And now there's hardly anyone here at all. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin the mood. Actually, before we have tea and all of that, I'm curious about you four. I feel great potential within all of you. Do you mind if you all battled each other? I like to see what you're capable of. I don't know if I'm really one for battling. I have Pokemon, yeah, but I never said you had to be an apt battler. Everyone has their strengths. Anyways, it's tradition for me to test my visitor's strength in battle. Whether they are a trainer or not, you can learn a lot about a person on the battlefield. I have no issue with this. It's actually a bit exciting. I've got no objection either. I hate this, but fine, I'll comply. Thank you everyone, please speak to me whenever you are ready. Right, hold up, I need to... yeah, I gotta level up. Wait, no. I didn't mean to give one. Let's see, 75. No. Hyper Beam is worthless on you. I don't even know if I ever really used Hyper Beam on a Pokemon before. I guess maybe it's like, you know, a voice crack there. I don't know, as like a kid playing Pokemon, just seeing a, you know, a base move of like 150, it's like, oh boy, it's gotta be strong, right? Not that it isn't, but it's like... it normally just is not worth it at all to just have Hyper Beam. I guess technically for some Pokemon it can work, like, I remember when I was like younger, I was like a teen playing like Pokemon Showdown competitively during like Gen 6. I did a little bit of like Gen 7, but mainly Gen 6 is what I played. I remember I had fun. Once in a full moon, I would just run like Choice Specs, Hyper Beam, Porygon. That thing was so much fun. Even though it didn't really last long, just to like OHKO one random Pokemon on the other side, it was just so much fun and worth it. It was fun and goofy, but it was pretty dumb, but still fun regardless. But anyways, I forgot their team. Well, I don't think it's a full team of 6. I think they just choose 3 and 3. I think we should be okay. How did I end up here? I ask myself this daily. Oh gosh, it's been a while since I've battled intensely. I'll do my best to be a formidable opponent. Come on, Alon, we got this one in the bag. We've battled each other so many times at this point that I'm too confident. Vivian and her traditions. We can't even have one calm evening. Still, I'm not one to refuse entertainment. Please enjoy your battle. I wish you luck with your battle. I'm excited to see what you can do. Let me save there. It seems like your friends are ready to begin, but what about you? Yeah, I'm ready. Please, sir. Yeah, please select the 3 Pokemon. Let's go with you, and... you should be okay. Very well, let's begin. A 3v3 battle should suffice. Are we all ready? Let's get this on over with. If you give up before the battle even starts, then we've already lost. We need to have more confidence. Alright, let's get this over with. Us as the winners, though. Better? I'll take it at least. Show us what you've got. And then I guess I'll show the team real quick. Just to show you what I'm using. And again, if you don't really have like a Blaziken as like your starter, that's totally fine. This battle really isn't difficult, honestly. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna be a little different. I'm gonna go after the Swanna. Mainly because with Alita being a fighting type trainer, the Swanna can definitely be a little bit scary to Alita. Well, that sucked. Alright, you're out. I think same thing, I'm gonna go after the Absol. I guess that works too. Poison? No poison. Okay. I'm gonna go for Crunch. Oof, I did not expect that to Oko. I get it because of, like, Facade, but I just didn't expect that. I have to get rid of the Zangoose, honestly. Okay, cool. Hawlucha did that for me. And then I think we should be pretty much okay. Because if she has Happy, we have Kling Kling in the back. But I forgot her second Pokemon. Togekiss, okay. Wait, I hit the wrong thing, didn't I? I guess I'm glad I missed there, but I think I actually accidentally went for the Hawlucha. I didn't mean to press that button. Oh. Sorry about that. I don't know why I lagged like that. Maybe. Yeah, odd. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I did say I wasn't much of a battler, right? So close. I had fun, though. But yeah, overall, as long as you have, like, a good level team, and just 3 Pokemon that do well against the 2 of them, there's a multitude of Pokemon that you can use against them, and you'd be totally okay, so it definitely is far from the hardest battle within the game. Yes, we won. That went just about how I expected it. I think we did well keeping up at least. Precisely, and even in loss, I can say that you performed admirably with battling, sorry. Loss is inevitable, no one can avoid it. The best thing you can do is take this as a learning experience. Yeah, thanks Vivian. Now then, time for tea. Alon and the crew enjoyed a nice and relaxing evening with tea, coffee, and delectable snacks. You all can stay here for the night. There are bedding accommodations made for you upstairs. Thank you. We'll probably be staying for a few days if that's alright with you. Do as you wish. Sheridan Village is a place for all. But if that will be all, I will turn in for the night. That's all. Thank you so much for your warm hospitality. It is my pleasure. This is a nice place. It's calm in this village. Almost a bit too calm, maybe. It's unnerving. Sheridan is a place of community, but right now, it's far from that. It's a different time. Things are probably different right now. Not sure about all that. Vivian did mention that this place hardly has anyone anymore, which implies that there once was a time where it was lively. But why? Why is it this way now? I have to know why. Am I seeing things, or did someone just slip a piece of paper underneath the door? Meet me at my house at midnight. I wish to speak with you all about something important. Cella. A note from Cella. This is strange. It's practically midnight right now. Should we go? I don't see why not. She was quite friendly at Vivian's house. If it's important, we should hear her out. Sure. But I'd be cautious if I were you. Let's just remember that we don't really know anyone here, really. Got it? Let's head on over there then. Real quick. Oh, okay, so the two guys... Oh. Then I wonder... Hold up. Oh, okay. I don't know why, I thought it might have, like, led to something a little bit different. Okay. Let's see here. Ah, you. Oh, right, I forgot. Maybe I could still talk to her. I think there's a home that you could still talk to Anju in. Well, let me go through this and see if I could still talk to her. Ah, you... Cella from Hiyoshi City Justice, please hold. Cella from Hiyoshi Justice, please hold. I am so sorry about that. Work as busy as ever. Please allow me to better introduce myself. My name is Cella. I'm a lawyer from the Hiyoshi Justice Department, but due to recent happenings, I've resorted to working remotely here in Sheridan. It seems I wasn't the only one invited tonight. Oh good, Anju, you've come too? I'm glad. I could hardly refuse such a dire request. What do you require of me? It has to do with Vivian. I think she's in danger. About 4 months ago, my fiancé died very suddenly. I'm so sorry. It's alright, I haven't moved on yet, but... After he died, Vivian invited me to stay in Sheridan to be her assistant. Because I was in a bad spot and Vivian needed help, I accepted the offer immediately. Everything was fine after the move. That was until Vivian became depressed. Depressed? Vivian? I once thought the two could never be associated with each other. That's what I thought too, but something definitely changed her. You've all surely noticed, sorry. It was even brought up earlier this evening. There's no one in Sheridan anymore. Everyone that was here has left. It's because Vivian neglected them. Something I thought she would never do. So what do you want us to do? I believe Vivian is planning something, and I think it's going to be harmful to her. You don't mean like... I don't know, but I think the evidence of this is hidden somewhere in her house, sorry. A few months back, a boy with white hair visited Vivian. He sort of looked like a magician or something, but he gave Vivian this book. If I can recall correctly, she started acting weird after she got this book. So, here's the thing that's interesting about the whole thing with the book. I guess slight spoilers. It's not, well, let me read this real quick. I'm sorry, a white-haired boy who looks like a magician. This boy's name, was it Canon? Yes, the boy's name was Canon. I remember Vivian saying as such anyways. If we can get that book back, I think we can find out what she's up to. I'm willing to help if that means Vivian's safety. I am too. I believe we are all willing to. I'm in. Can I think about it? I gotta go. I'm in. Thank you so much, I won't forget this. And I think all options don't really add or subtract points. No, sorry, I'm wrong. The final one, gotta go, is -2 for Alita, Aaron, and Malia, so... yeah. As for an actual plan, I have some ideas, but I need to go over them. Oh, and before we end, I actually have to confess something to Anju. Oh? It was actually me who invited you here, not Vivian. I see. That would explain Vivian's confusion to my presence here. Sorry, I wanted another protector of Avium to be here, but I couldn't get into contact with Hazuki, and Nemra definitely would have been busy, so... I can gather some info from the name, but what is a protector of Avium? So, before we get into this little topic here, I really want to go over the thing with canon for a moment, honestly. So again, spoiler warning, if you don't want to listen, go to the comment section below. Yeah. Alright, we are in spoiler territory. If you don't want to listen, again, go to the comment section below. Okay, so it's a really interesting thing, right? Because it really isn't brought up at all, unless they changed it, that they kind of like added in. But if I'm not mistaken, even though this was brought to light that Canon was the one that did the whole thing with bringing the book to Vivian, no one really seems to mention it afterwards. Like, why? Canon? Would you give her a book that, well, yeah, we're in spoiler territory. The book that pretty much goes over, you know... Oh my god, I died. I'm back. Sorry for the pause there. But the book pretty much going over her, like the Gruffin method for like sacrificing herself, stopping Storm 9, and yada yada yada. So it's interesting that like nobody really mentions that, because like I feel like, again, it's a small piece to this complex puzzle that can get overlooked. And I don't remember exactly who gave him the book, but it comes down to two individuals. Well, technically three, but let's just say two. Probably number one being Madame X herself. The second one, I can see it being Spacia and Tempa, potentially, but I kind of lean more towards Madame X being the one to do that, because now if I am wrong and somebody actually knows the actual answer to who gave him the book, that's fine. And you know, it could be some odd thing that you know, even talking to like Alexandra, she could have been the one that gave him the book. I don't know. I don't honestly remember. But let's go with the idea that it is Madame X potentially. The whole thing with Canon, you know, going up against Indred, and then Indred's like, screw you, my love for Arceus will never die, get out of here, you worthless like servant, yada yada, sends him into oblivion. And yeah, well, I guess technically Gardevoir did that, but tomato. It's not important who did it. He got sent to the Shadow Realm. Madame X was like, "Nuh-uh, come back. No, 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 no. You're not done yet." But my Salamence. Sorry, he's got to go. If you want to live, Salamence got to go. Oh, fine. Okay. And then they go on, probably have a conversation. He's brought back, and then that's when things start to move for Canon. And Canon kind of understands, oh, wait, I got to do that, that, and that, and that. Because again, it's possible that Madame X kind of pushed him in that direction. Because again, I go back to what I've said so many times with Madame X. I am a firm believer that this is not her only attempt doing this game, doing this cycle that Varia has caused and started. Well, again, I don't want to say she caused all of this. Well, yes, she made the game Rejuvenation with all of that, but again, she's not the sole problem. You know, because of the whole Gruffin War, all the nations were a part of it, so it's not solely her. But let's keep it simple. Events happen, she created the game. And I feel like, again, Madame X to some level does know and is aware about it. And there are things that she doesn't quite know as well. But regardless, I do believe she's gone through the cycle multiple times. And she's gotten to a point that she's like, I have to go about it step by step. By her rules, I have to stay within her line, because if I do something that goes outside of that, bad things happen and I gotta redo it again. The only person that can step out of line is the Interceptor. We have the choice to push things towards oblivion or towards a more hopeful future for everyone. Again, as it's said before, it is up to the mercy of the Interceptor. But back to canon though, I do think that Madame X was like, hey yo, let me push you in the right direction, because you have to do this. You dying, and let's say there's a timeline that he does die, you know, that probably stops the events from, you know, Vivian making that choice to sacrifice herself for the greater good, and causes a whole lot of issues. And that's why Madame X at that time went to the past, because she knows, she lived it before and was like, okay, this is what has to happen to make things go smoothly. In order for my goal to be achieved, it has to be done this way. Because if it isn't, they're screwed and I'm screwed as well. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I I've just, you know, said some stupid stuff there, but yeah. If it is Nimra, sorry. If it is Alexandra, then I guess I could maybe see it. I don't think it's her, but it's not impossible. I think with her, it's just more so she recognizes him from certain books from, you know, Nimra and whatnot, and her, you know, ancestors and whatnot. I do think that, the idea of Spacian Temple is not impossible either. But I kind of want to stick to the Madame X idea. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm right. Or maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But that's it for the spoilers. Anyways, it's a small group of native citizens of Avium who strive to keep this region safe. Currently, this group consists of me, Vivian, Hazuki, and our leader, Nimra. People native to Avium. Well, that's all I needed from you all tonight. I'll be in touch with you all tomorrow. Please have a good night, and I'm sorry for the trouble. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I did miss her. Oh, no I didn't. Good evening to you, Alon. How may I help you? Trapped anyone in ice lately? Only on Sundays, of course, otherwise the ritual wouldn't be complete. Oh, don't take me so seriously, Alon. I would never do such a thing. Though when work is involved, I do say the thought is very entertaining. No, good night. Good night to you, Alon. I should say good morning. That's okay. Good morning to you, not good night. Okay. Let's see, nobody else in there. Real quick. Vivian is in trouble, we have to help her Alon. Even if this Sheridan isn't necessarily my own, I still want to see her prosper. Oh sorry, I was just thinking over a few things. I need to get my thoughts in order before I can share them. What can we do to help Vivian? Why is Canon involved in this? I have so many questions. Anyway, feel free to turn in for the night. It's pretty late. Sounds like a plan. I think it's... yeah, here we go. Hey, I need to talk to you guys for a quick moment. Can't this wait for tomorrow? It could, but it won't. Gotcha. Anyway, there's some things that have been bothering me. Remember that history lesson Katsu gave me? It's about that. As we all know, Katsu is the president of the company called Rejuvenation Co. She was explaining the purpose of her company, but the reason didn't make much sense. You know... let me keep reading. According to Katsu, everyone in Avium is an immigrant from a region called Mira. A few years ago, from this point in time, there was a nuclear power plant that exploded. This caused people of Mira to search for new lands and eventually found Avium. Avium, according to Katsu, was a vacant land with no one in it. Katsu's corporation, Rejuvenation Co., is working on a way to restore the Mira's region so that people can return. One day. Sorry, the little pop-up was in the way. Does this event ring a bell to any of you? That's what I thought, but then get this. Cella just said that the protectors of Avium are comprised of natives. So which is it? Was this place empty, or were there natives? It's possible that there were natives, but they were in hiding. It's just completely impractical to think that such a huge event like that hasn't been recorded. I've read my fair share of history books and nothing was ever mentioned about this. Well, what do you want us to do with this information? It's just something I thought was important, so I shared. I wasn't necessarily looking for feedback on the matter. In that case, I'm going back to bed. I wish I had more to say about it. It's very strange indeed. It's fine. I think about it. If I think about any more... Sorry. If I think about any more, I'll let you guys know. Good night. Good night. Good morning, you all. Oh, well. Oh, Vivian. What are you doing? What's Vivian doing up at this hour? Alright, I'll let you guys sleep. Let's see. Right, though, you know... I've always said it before, the whole thing with Mira has probably been one of the most confusing things to me within this entire game. And... yeah, I guess a smaller spoiler rant. There's not a whole lot I can say, but I'll do one regardless. So yeah, comment section below if you don't want to get spoiled. Alright, again, we're in spoiler territory. If you don't want to listen, go to the comment section below. Yeah. So, it's really something that, again, I don't quite understand. I kind of get it, but I don't get it. Because again, Aaron brought up a good point. 1 minute, we're never taught about this event. We've always lived in Avian, we've never really heard of a Mira region, and why is it that, you know, here it's brought up, but in our time and whatnot, the one that we grew up in, there's no mention of that at all. Nothing. It's really odd. I don't know if it has something to do with potentially the events of Storm 9, possibly wiping off that memory with the Mirror region. It could be an odd thing. Now hear me out on this. Vivian life. Sorry, not Vivian life. Nimra life, Indrid death. Yveltal, Xerneas. What if it's a thing that the events happen with Nimra? Now again, remember, Nimra, Mira, Nimra, Mira. I cannot help but feel that they have to have some level of a connection. They have to. It's just way too convenient in my opinion. That let's say after Nimra's death happened, that might have somehow had an effect on people to not really remember the Mirror region? Maybe? Maybe. I'm not too certain. But then there's the whole thing with like Katsu though. It might be an odd thing to say, but what if she's like a descendant of Araya? I mean, they're kinda similar, you know? Kinda, in a sense. That would be kind of an interesting thought to think about. Maybe like an ancestor, because again, with the one quest with, what is it? Not classified information, not lost kids or lost souls, missing children. With V, she kind of brings it up that, you know, there are individuals, it's extremely rare, but have a percentage of. Like, Varaya is like, I don't know, like, whatchamacallit, not like I guess like DNA or like blood or whatever, but like a little bit of that from her. So I mean, it's not impossible. If there is somebody that has that, Katsu could be another one, potentially. I don't know, I don't know, it's just odd. It's odd to me because, the whole thing, like, like, it goes to, like, the debate, like, is it actually true that, you know, there were individuals here before people, you know, migrated because of the whole nuclear thing? And it kind of goes, I don't want to get super into the whole thing with, like, Lord Zenodin and whatnot with, the Mirror region and that whole thing. I won't get into that now. We'll get more into that when we get to that point when it's brought up, but, I I don't know. I don't know enough. And to be fair, there really isn't a whole lot brought up about the mirror region. But I know there's a big significant thing that I'm just not putting together. And I feel like it's like right in front of me, but I'm not seeing it. It's not clicking. I don't know. I don't know. And then you have the whole thing with, you know, Hazuki, Nimra, Angie, and Vivian, you know, being natives here. Were they originally actually natives, or did they come from Europe? I'm gonna go with the side that they're probably natives from here, just because of, you know, Varaya's story with Rejuvenation. I do believe that that is a thing. Probably. Maybe. I'm not certain. I think probably so, because of the whole side quest with the three of them. It kind of does show that, you know, Vivian once, you know, came from the Earth itself and did the whole trial thing, you know, within the one Griffin Sanctuary area. But I don't know. I don't know. And then I go back to it on an interesting idea. Would they have been the original four lights? I would guess so before, you know... Well, but, I don't know, though. I don't know, though, if they would have been the original four lights. Because, like, I'm gonna say that the Protectors of Avium are more so a separate thing, and not the four lights and the four darkness. But that's a tricky thing, though, because... Like, Like, I can see Nemra being one light and Indrid being one dark, but then who's the other three? I can't imagine it be anybody else but those three, but then again, as it said by Indrid, you know, it's not like you have it and then it stays. It can shift, it can change. Things happened, and, you know, Anju got corrupted, Hazuki got corrupted pretty much, Nimra's gone, and, well, I guess not totally gone, but technically, let's just, I know she's within, like, the obelisk, however you pronounce that thing, but keep it simple. She's gone, Hazuki's gone, and just, you know, wasn't really good anymore. Anju again got corrupted, Vivian's gone, so then it probably got shifted towards, you know, Maria and a few other individuals. Because again, it did say Child of Light to Maria during the battle during Chapter 3. But then the Four Darkness, again, possibly Indrid, Gira, who knows, it could have been Thomas Blakery, maybe Hazuki. I can go on, I can go on and on, but that's the thing that's tricky, because like it changes and it goes, right? Because again, another thing that I think I brought up before, that with Gira, when he had like that little like entity around him, you know, he had that for a while. The whole thing happened on Valor Mountain, got blown into 1,000 pieces. He came back to get Alon during the end of like V13, I think, before we battled Saki. And after we won, he was like, you know, I should be angry, I should be mad. I thought that battling you would reignite that fire, but it didn't. I don't know what happened to me. I don't know what's going on, but I don't feel it anymore. And I feel like, again, he was probably somebody that was chosen for the role of being one of the Four Darkness, but because of the events that happen, it's no longer him, specifically. It went to somebody else. I'm done talking. I can go on and on about it. There's just so many things that I don't know. I don't know. There's not enough for me to really like make things like concrete. There's so many loose ends on that whole thing in my eyes. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for the spoilers. Alright, we're out of spoiler territory, just to let you know. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, hello. I'll think of a plan for everyone tomorrow. Thanks so much for helping me along, it means a lot. No problem. Okay. I guess we'll do this little event here and then we'll probably end off today's episode here. I think you can interact with this, right? Vivian's clothes seem to be hung here, right? Let me heal here. Okay. And on the 100th night, I purify my body for the 10th time. I give my body, I give my soul, I give my mind to you. May Arceus' guiding light shine upon me. I've prayed here for 100 days and 100 nights. You have blessed me with the spring of purification, and you have given me the ability to hear the earth. And with that ability, I've heard the earth reach out to warn me about the future, this planet, its inhabitants, and the world itself. Something unspeakable is about to happen to this world. We reach out to you, O Lord Arceus, but you ignore our call. Everyone I could ever hope to love is in danger, and there is no sign from you whatsoever. For months now, there's been someone watching me, but I know for a fact that it's not you. Darn you. I suppose there's no longer any point to my devotion to you. You blessed me, Anju, Hazuki, and Nemra with all of these gifts, but we're in a world that God has abandoned. Not even my tears can ease the pain this time. Fine then, I know what I must do. What I must do to save this world. You know, it's a really interesting thing when she says that. Again, slight spoilers, because why not? If you don't want to get spoiled, that's fine. Go to the comment section below. Yeah. Alright, we are in spoiler territory. It's not going to be a long rant, but something I do want to touch on and talk about here. It's really interesting because, again, she says, you know, somebody's watching. And I can see that being probably 2 or 3 characters. 1, maybe Gardevoir. 2, probably Indrid. Or 3rd, Madame X. She brought it up before that there's a 5th individual that joined us. We said 4, but she sends 5. It's possible that it could be her, but it's probably more likely to be Gardevoir or Indrid that's been watching her. And then the whole thing with, you know, we live in a world that Arceus has abandoned, and it's really interesting because, again, back then you didn't really know the full story with you know, old Earth and the Great War, with all the nations going after Arceus so they can continue their projects with, you know, the soul stuff and whatnot. And she's right though, but again, because of, you know, Varaya's creation of Rejuvenation, they don't necessarily know old Earth's past. And since they don't know that, she's pretty much praying to something that, again, as she said, is not there. She feels that Arceus abandoned her. It's not that he abandoned anyone, it's just he's not even here anymore. He's gone. He's now split into 4 pieces, and within, you know, 4 individuals. Malia, Aaron, Alice, Alan. Now, if the 4 combined as one, could it create Arceus? That I don't know specifically. But what I do know is Arceus is no longer here. For the time being. Who knows what Rejuvenation's gonna do in the future. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to think about that. We'll leave it at that. Spoilers are done. Alright, sorry for the pause there. We're out of spoiler territory. Better not disturb her. I know you were listening, Alan. I could feel your presence. Could you come here for a moment, please? Please forgive the question, but what is the most important thing in your life? My friends, my family, myself, I'm not sure. Now, within older versions of Rejuvenation, I've always said I'm not sure. And to be honest, I'm not sure. But for friendship points wise, friends +2, family +1, myself -1. We'll go with friends. I don't know why I've always gone with I'm not sure, but it's just what I've always gone with this game. My friends. Your friends. Friendship is indeed important. My friends Cella, Anju, Hazuki, and Nimra, they're all I have in this life. Alan. Would you sacrifice your life for the sake of others, the ones you love? Absolutely. No questions asked. I would totally do it for friends and loved ones. Even for a stranger. I don't know. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad to some. I don't know, but I would do it in a heartbeat. That's a noble answer, Alan. There's something I cannot explain. I can feel the very presence of every living being around me. For a couple of years now, I felt new presences pop up suddenly around Cougar and in Ambery Town. She's referring to the whole thing with, you know, Spacia Tempa gathering people like Malia, Crescent, and others, and probably Madame X as well, and a few others. Anyways, and most recently I felt the presence of 5 people appear suddenly on Route 4, and when I went to investigate, what would I find but your group, which consists of 4 members. Strange, isn't it? The sun will rise soon, you should go back to bed. And a word of advice, I think once tomorrow comes, you and your friends should leave. Wherever you all came from, return to it. This region's days are numbered. The next morning. That was a certified bro moment. And with that being said and done, that'll be it for today's episode. I think we're definitely a little bit longer in the video than I wanted to. I wanted to make a little more progress, but that's okay. We'll get into all of that next episode. But anyways though, thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Good morning.